These are this afternoon's top stories. Prime Minister Harris calls on public to give ex-criminals a second chance. Termite problem confirmed at St. Lucia Hospital, and Trump goes on 95-minute tirade at rally. Good afternoon and welcome to the ZIZ Midday newscast. Today is Friday, 13th November 2015. I'm Carla Berridge. In national news, during Wednesday's tour of the Police Force's Forensic Services Unit, National Security Minister Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris appealed to the public, particularly the business community, to give ex-prisoners a second chance.
Give them another chance, having served in accordance their penalty, in accordance with the law, to be better, and more importantly, to do better. And so you can't continue to hold the crime for which they have already been penalized over their head. We need to have a new look, a new approach of redemption in the society, because these people can become the stalwarts now in preventing other young people from going into the prisons from which they have come.
Commenting on what he described as excellent workmanship displayed by prison inmates who renovated a section of the Forensic Services Unit, Dr. Harris said he's confident that the government's approach of rehabilitating inmates is the right way to go.
The idea that we are pursuing with regard to the rehabilitation of the prisoners, that is something that can bear fruit. Because part of what we want is to avoid people coming out of prison and then going back there, especially going back there too quickly. And we have to ensure that we equip them with certain skill sets that they did not have when they went in, or improve on what they have, so that when they come out of prison, having served their term, they are in a better position to move on with their lives.
Thursday was a momentous evening for 25 teenagers as the Department of Youth Empowerment recognized them for achievements in various categories. Government ministers, family members and other supporters filled the seats of National Assembly chambers for the 5th staging of the 25 Most Remarkable Teens Awards. The ceremony honors teenagers' accomplishments in non-traditional categories such as courage to overcome, leadership and youth activism. The awards were initiated by the previous administration, and Minister of Youth Empowerment, the Honorable Sean Richards, said the current government recognizes its importance.
When you look at the profiles of the persons who are being honored, some of these persons are persons who have overcome adversity. That is something that we must continue to highlight as a federation. It sends a message to other young persons that in life you will experience challenges, but despite the challenges that you experience, you still can succeed.
Parliamentary Representative for Constituency Number 2, the Honorable Marcella Liburd, said the awards put a spotlight on youth's positive accomplishments.
I always say that I truly believe that the majority of our young people are good, decent young people who want to make the most of themselves and to do well in life. And so this 25 Most Remarkable Teens is one of those ceremonies that I really, really like, because it gives us to see our young people in a very positive light, unlike the message and the portrayal of our young people in the media in most times.
Director of Youth Empowerment, Jeffrey Hanley, said the award has had a significant impact on youth in the past.
You would always hear them say that receiving this award would have changed their life forever. You would have had some who would have been in trouble with the law, and they would have turned their life around. There are some who would have had intentions of dropping out of school, and with the encouragement from the Youth Empowerment Ministry, they were able to get to the point where they were awarded. Some are now police officers. Some have now left the Federation to further their studies.
Parliamentarians from both the government and the opposition presented awards to each of the youth, commending them on their accomplishments and wishing them the best for the future. St. Kitts and Nevis' talent was on display in Barbados last weekend when CEO and designer of Kiwidan Couture Yakima Daniel participated in Ocean Runway 2015, hosted by the Barbados Fashion Council. In speaking with ZIZ News, Daniel said the two-day event had a two-principal focus: the marketing of fashion design products and mobilizing partnerships to promote the fashion industry. She said participating in the event with designers from across the OECS helped her to gain regional exposure and enhance her brand.
Going off to Barbados was very helpful for me as well as my company. My brand equity was increased, and I got to meet with buyers who was interested in my products, and I also learned tips on marketing and improving my designs.
Danielle said her selection to attend Ocean Runway 2015 stemmed from the impression she made on members of the Fashion Council. She further expressed her delight at being chosen.
Well, after I spoke to the representative from the OECS, she told me that when they came here to St. Kitts to meet with designers, well, they actually, early up in the year, they went around the region to each island to find out about the fashion industry. The day when I met with them, they were impressed with my work, and I was actually wearing a dress that I made, and they liked that. So that gave them a lasting impression. So when they were deciding, they selected me, and that felt good.
At the event, Danielle showcased her Spring-Summer 2016 collection Butterfly, which will also be showcased here at the Renaissance Red Fashion event later this month.
Introducing the all-new ZIZ mobile app, the newest way to get the latest on what's happening locally, regionally, and internationally. Say goodbye to newspaper clutter and hello to updated classifieds on our radio market. Whether it's streaming your favorite local TV or radio show, or catching up on memorable moments in sports and entertainment, the ZIZ mobile app offers this and so much more. Always on the go? Get the ZIZ mobile app today. Visit the App Store on your smartphones and tablets to download the app free of cost. ZIZ Online, reaching you wherever you are.
On to news on the regional scene. The executive director of the Victoria Hospital in St. Lucia has confirmed a termite problem at the health institution, but says efforts to address the problem are underway. Jenna Ann Gaston has that story.
After horrific pictures of a termite infestation at the outpatient clinic of the island's main hospital surfaced, Executive Director Jeanette Hughes has made an official statement to the press confirming that there was indeed an infestation in the building and that the management team of the Victoria Hospital has been working to rectify the problem. Mrs. Hughes disclosed that over the weekend, a cleanup team alongside a private pest control and extermination company were assessing and tackling the problem.
As you may well appreciate, Victoria Hospital is over 100 years. And obviously, issues like termite infestation and other issues would be challenges, because termite infestation is an experience for even new homes, for example. But the hospital is very proactive in the way in which they handle many activities. And we had our maintenance crew and our housekeeping crew dealing with a private supplier to not only assess the termite situation, but also to treat the termite situation, and this is an ongoing process.
UWP Senator Mary Isaac has used this latest incident to renew calls for the transition to the new hospital to be speeded up. She says there has been too many negative stories in the news about the island's health sector in the last few months.
The week before, it was the health center. I believe it's in Grand Riviere somewhere where there is no facility for people to urinate. There's no bathroom, no toilet facility for the people who come there. And people come there and they wait for hours. We were also told that you have people who are on dialysis and, people with all kinds of issues who come there, children. And the bathroom, there's no bathroom, there's no toilet facility for them to use. And it's not like that just happened. That has been an ongoing problem where one toilet stopped functioning, then another, and now there is nothing for the people to use. We have a number of the health centers that are under a lot of pressure. There's no medication, one doctor per week, and things like that.
Pictures of the termite infestation at the outpatient clinic building surfaced on November 5th. The building was shut down the same day. For the DBS Newsworld, I am Janan Gastor.
The regional private sector is being seen by the Council for Economic Trade and Development as the engine for growth and development in the Caribbean. Here's more.
As part of the final ministerial meeting of the Council for Trade and Economic Development, COTED, a special session was held with the region's business community here in Georgetown at the Pegasus Hotel. On Thursday morning, the importance of the private sector was pointed out by CARICOM Secretary General Erwin LaRocque during the opening of the two-day COTED meeting.
The importance of this involvement cannot be overemphasized, given the community's commitment to boost growth and employment as underlined in our strategic plan. The private sector is a critical partner with governments to stimulate economic growth in CARICOM. That partnership is integral to the formulation of public policy for regional and national development, in particular in the areas of production and trade, and investment and finance. As you consider the future direction of CARICOM's external trade policy and strategy, at this meeting, the objectives of that policy must be grounded in the region's developmental imperatives.
Suriname's Minister of Trade and Industry, who is the new chair of COTED, believes that the time has come for the region to not only think, but act to change its way of doing business.
The world economy is moving at a fast pace, and it sometimes seems as if we cannot keep up. We must find a way in actively engaging with the private sector. It's only by working together that we will be in a position to make policy and implement new strategies. It is the private sector that are the ones trading and doing business.
The 41st meeting was held to discuss the establishment of a helpful environment for business, trade, and growth of the private sector. Emphasis was given to issues such as transportation for people, goods and services to move throughout the region, and use of the CARICOM single market and economy as a single space. Reporting for Capital News, Mark Murray.
Internationally, at a rally in Fort Dodge, Iowa, Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump went on a 95-minute rant targeting rival Ben Carson and Hillary Clinton, the media, and ISIS.
I would bomb the out of him.
Cursing and mocking chief rival Dr. Ben Carson.
How stupid are the people of Iowa?
Unleashing his most aggressive attacks yet in what amounted to an hour-and-a-half long rant in Iowa.
How stupid are the people of the country to believe this crap?
The billionaire gunning for Carson. The two are virtually neck and neck in recent polls here, after the retired neurosurgeon wrote in his autobiography that as a teen, he tried to stab a friend only to have it stopped by a belt buckle.
So, I have a belt. What? Somebody hits me with a belt. It's going in because the belt moves this way. It moves this way. It moves that way. He hit the belt buckle. Anybody have a knife? You want to try it on me? Believe me, it ain't gonna work.
Trump comparing Carson's self-described pathological temper to an incurable disease.
I don't want a person that's got pathological disease. If you're a child molester, a sick puppy, you're a child molester, there's no cure for that.
A theme of attack he used earlier in the night on CNN, prompting Carly Fiorina to jump to Carson's defense, writing in a Facebook post, "All the money in the world won't make you as smart as Ben Carson." During his tirade, Trump also attacking Hillary Clinton.
And she's playing the woman card up. That's all she has. Honestly, outside of the woman's card, she's got nothing going. Believe me.
The one-time clear frontrunner also claiming to know more about the terrorist group ISIS than U.S. military generals, saying he would bomb areas controlled by ISIS that are rich in oil.
I would just bomb those suckers. And that's right. I'd blow up the pipes. I'd blow up the I'd blow up every single inch. There would be nothing left. And I'd take the oil.
The UN Security Council has passed a resolution condemning the violence in Burundi. World leaders have asked for an urgent meeting between government and the opposition to stop the killings. Al Jazeera's Kathleen Soy reports.
This is a joint military and police operation that began last Sunday. Soldiers stand guard surrounding this neighborhood in Burundi's capital, Bujumbura, while police conduct a door-to-door search. Ngagara zone is one of several where the government says weapons are being hidden by unknown rebels. Many people here have fled. A few are coming back but to this, damaged and bullet-riddled homes.
They have stolen lots of things, televisions, DVD players and other items.
The government is saying it's just trying to deal with a rebellion and rid the country of illegal weapons. But many people here are accusing security forces of high-handedness, arbitrary arrests and torture.
They found me on 6th Avenue. They put me down and put their feet on my neck and beat me with guns.
The crisis began when President Pierre Nkurunziza controversially ran and won a third term in office. There were violent protests, mainly in the capital city, and accusations of killings on all sides. But police tell us that their main focus now is to recover weapons. On this day, this is what they say they found: guns, ammunition and police uniforms hidden in thickets, inside homes and even buried underground. Some of those arrested say they have nothing to do with the weapons. This man told us that a gun was found by the road near his home, but he was arrested anyway, and now he's afraid of what might happen to him. Catherine Soy, Al Jazeera, Bujumbura.
Taking a look at the weather. Temperatures today will peak at 79 degrees Fahrenheit with a moderate breeze blowing from the east-northeast at 13 miles per hour. Skies today will be partly sunny with a slight chance of brief afternoon showers. Tonight, conditions will be partly cloudy with a moderate chance of brief evening showers. Sunset this evening will be at 5:53 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:15 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kyla Barrage.